Remember when I started my biggest outdoor project earlier this summer? Well, I had to put it on hold because some of the materials I needed weren't in stock, but luckily you'll be able to see that things are about to change. Before that though, I did a few other things. My mum's currently visiting and she's been collecting bricks from the old chimney to use as pavers at my back entrance, and we decided to lay those in a bit more of a permanent way. Nou, gaat het niet. This was actually my mum's last week here. When we came back from our bike trip, she worked in the garden and I mowed a few more pathways in the grass, which looks really cute. We also marveled at the apple tree. It's always grown small apples, but they've never been edible. But this year it seems a little different, so I decided to make another apple and berry pie using blueberries we picked in the forest and apples from my own tree. And then my mum went home. It's so strange when you spend time with someone else and your routine becomes a mixture of both your daily habits, and when you're on your own again, you can do whatever you want to do. But it does take some getting used to. Anyways, I spent the first few days on my laptop preparing for the coming projects. I feel as though I haven't really done any proper DIY in a long time, and that's probably because I haven't. I did make a lot of pathways in the grass, but things are about to change, and this deck is going to happen. I spent an entire day calculating all of the materials and woods that I would need for my projects coming up, which is the deck, the porch, and another one. I made this ginormous list, and just that took all day, making sure that everything I needed was actually in stock, because all of the wood comes in different lengths and they're not all available. I went to the shop and put in my order. I think the materials might actually arrive today, which is very exciting because it means that I can finally continue this deck project. It's not here yet, but I can start by prepping some of my holes. So let's do that. Okay, I now have 3 holes with some fabric and rocks at the bottom, and I saved 4 mini frogs that were stuck in my holes. They were very cute. I have this existing porch which I'm going to build this new deck around, but the structure itself isn't in the best shape. The bottom pieces that sit on the concrete are rotting, so I'm going to replace those. I'm cutting new timber for these parts of the post, and I'm going to apply some tar oil, and then I'll put it all together once the deck has been built. This project, to be honest, feels a little messy because there are so many small parts to work out, so I'm going to be jumping from one thing to the next, but it's the only way I can really approach this whole build. something happened. I got some wood delivered. I got a bit more which I already put around the house. The woman who delivered this wood was really strong. I tried to take one of these plinths off the truck and I couldn't. I have to put in these blocks now. I was very much imagining putting them in, leveling them to each other and adjusting as needed, but these things are so heavy. Once they're in, they're in. So I'm just going to have to adjust the little beam that I'm going to put on top of them. Oh, that's not bad. My summer has been quite busy. I've been trying to mix visitors with DIY projects, and I've also tried to go on little trips and get away from everything, but there's another way. I try to take a few moments to myself and also learn something new. I've been drawing my entire life, but I've been sort of stuck at a certain ability. I've always wanted to improve further, and I found a great way to do this, which is through Skillshare, and Skillshare is sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives. There are thousands of classes and they're all led by professionals in design, illustration, writing, sewing, creative careers, and much more. You might be interested in learning a new program, for example, and you will find great classes available. I've been following Mimi Chow from Mimo Chai Studio with her class called Learn to Draw, a comprehensive introduction to drawing foundations and style. She has a great approach to teaching the fundamentals of drawing, but also applying it in a way that's not dry but relevant for people today who are looking to learn the basics but also develop their own style. It's been really fun to spend the time doing the exercises and knowing how it's going to improve my drawing. So you might also want to start a new hobby this summer, or maybe even change it to a new creative career. Skillshare is a great way to get started. The first 500 people to use the link in my description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today, and thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I'm sweaty. Let's for a moment move things around from here to here. I recently made this timber storage, but I didn't have enough roof tiles, so half of it was covered in plastic. Well, I have a lot of new timber to store, and now I also have roof tiles and a new roll of asphalt roofing, so let's fix this unit before I continue the deck. These old and new tiles don't really appear to fit on top of each other. Okay, that was surprisingly more difficult than it was last time. I do actually have to raise the back. There's a bit of a pitch going on here. This is the first time that this apple tree is actually producing apples that aren't soft on the inside and that seem relatively edible. But they're all falling on the ground now. So I have to find something that I can do with them. Okay, it's a new day, it's been raining. And I need to start putting in these beams. But to put in the beams, I need to know the height of the deck. And to know that, I need to put the sleepers on this concrete patio thingy. So I need to prepare that first. Yes. Wait, I don't need to install this yet. I just need to figure out the height that it's going to be. Which is good because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to attach this yet. But this is the height. That's all I need. I was hoping that I could quickly cut this beam by hand, but it's not gonna happen. Thing is, this table was covered in wood and I needed to do a bit of reorganizing in my timber storage to get some of it in. But these are too long, these lengths, so I'll have to keep them here for the time being. I did think about sandwiching two pieces of timber instead of using a thick beam like this, which may have been the better choice. Maybe I'll do it for the next ones. This is really annoying. It's really difficult to get through this timber, and I think it's because it's pressure treated and it's wet. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fix all of this. I'm not quite sure. I think I'm going to use these bolts, but I don't have the right size, so I'm just going to put these in for now, so at least I can continue building, and then I'll just have to get the right sized ones and install them later. Oh, why am I running out of battery? We're back. I made some holes. I hope these are the right sized holes, because otherwise I have an issue. I keep missing things. I need a hammer. Okay, hammer. I hope I can take this out again. Anyways. Okay. Okay. I got one. This is very heavy. Okay. 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 Okay, what do I do? I don't know what to do. What do I do? I actually got it level, which is amazing. I know this doesn't look like much, but just that took a really long time. Wow. I need to do the one in the back as well, and that last beam on top of the rock. My new morning routine includes picking apples off the ground. I'm still amazed that this year the tree's actually producing edible apples. They're not really good just eating by themselves, but I can definitely cook with them. I also have plums, which is potentially more wild. Hey, look at these. They've never grown like this. I think maybe these trees just needed someone to be here for a few years and feel like they were cared for. Now let's see how I'm going to continue down here. This part of the job is taking up a lot of standing here and trying to figure out what to do next. I should do that one. Okay, this is honestly not the best fit, but I think I'm just gonna do this, see what happens. It can always be replaced by something else, I guess. this is starting to look real. I thought I might have the joist ready today, but I don't. But I got one of them. Okay, so it doesn't look like much. It took a long time to get here. At least now I know which fixings I really need, so I can get those, put all of this together properly. Then I can add the joist and make sure everything is secure. I'm not entirely sure about everything I've done, so I might start to attach things a little bit more to a house and to each other. It's going somewhere. That's cool.